Is there any way that I could help you in this time? A wounded man, I'm sure. A wounded man, the world can stand up and be proud. The here in the now faces us today in the most spectacular way. My love is clear, my mission dear. We all must find. Here Jesus weeps, my hand to keep. I'm afraid every day. I'm afraid every day. But I stand here tall because life is love after all. Hear the master scream so loud you wish that you were gone. But how worthy were you when you were a little boy on the sidewalk and your mother hasn't come to pick you up, and everyone is gone, and the sun is going down, and the world keeps spinning round to the sound of marching beats, to the sound of guns in the street, to the sound of mothers crying, and the sound of fathers dying, and the wave of agony. Oh, agony. In a field, in a puddle of blood. Well, there's here and now and forever. We'll stand up for one another as the oppressor comes and puts his stick on me. And I watch as my brothers and sisters are gone down in the street by police. Lord, take us home. We are so tired and alone. Confusion, blessings, and falling in places, and so lost, but knowing the way of the truth and the light and the power and the might in the love that we have for our people, for our animals, for our oceans, for our trees, for our birds and our bees, for the sun rises again. Yes, the sun rises again. on a crippled society. On a crippled society. My name is Shawn Smith. I am a human being on a planet surrounded by stars. The planet floats in a void of sorts. It's incomprehensible, really. We pretend it's not. Late at night when we can't sleep, we think about space, the void that we float in. It doesn't make any sense. It scares us, like death scares us. The point is I have a point to make about who I am, what I represent, where I stand. I stand for the earth, the water, the air, the sky, the mountains and rivers, the deserts that are magic, the ocean, her shores, her people, my people. All of you are my people. It's that simple. The truth is that simple. All of you are my people.
If we could not resolve the situation in our cities and in our streets, in our houses, if brother could not deal with brother, because in the American continent, they talk about the color problem, but the truth is that no white American is sure he's white. And every American Negro visibly is no longer an African. And we know what happened, and we know who had the whip. So it was not my grandmother who raped anybody. Well, if the day comes when you realize, you don't want to realize it, that you cannot make yourself heard, that the people whom you are addressing are pleas for them and for you. And the plea is a very simple one. It's saying, look at it. Forget all the mountains of nonsense that have been written and everything has been said. Forget the Negro problem. Don't write any voting act. We had that called the 15th Amendment. During the Civil Rights Bill of 1964, what you have to look at is what is happening in this country. And what is really happening is that brother has murdered brother knowing it was his brother. White men have lynched Negroes knowing them to be their sons. White women have had Negroes burned knowing them to be their lovers. It is not a racial problem. It's a problem whether or not you're willing to look at your life and be responsible for it and then begin to change it. That great Western house I come from is one house, and I am one of the children of that house. Simply I'm the most despised child of that house. And it is because the American people are unable to face the fact that in fact I am flesh of their flesh, bone of their bone, created by them. My blood, my father's blood is in that soil. They can't face that. And that is why the city of Detroit went up in flames. And that is why the city of Saigon is under martial law. I know there have been 400 years in that house. They do not know who I am, and I cannot marry their daughters or go to their churches. I would have to be a much more stupid man than I am to believe they know anything at all about those people in the Asian jungle.
about the whole idea of the drunken Indian, I mean, I don't remember what I said before, but I know without them, we wouldn't be here today, the native peoples. I mean, because there was a time as a native person in America, I mean, obviously we went from being the only people here to where we became the enemy of the people who came to take it away from us. And you know, and this is what genocide, manifest destiny was all about. So we had that experience. And then by the 1900s, by the beginning of the 1900s, pretty much we had all been confined and contained into reservations or whatever, and then taken off into the educational religious systems as children, taken away. And as that was happening, taking the children away, and this was not an aberration. Taking the children of the native people was the standard. So, and feeding them off into the religious educational systems. So basically, they were telling the native people that we couldn't be who we were anymore, Indian. We couldn't be Indians. We needed to be white. And I think that so here we were, historically speaking, in a situation where we couldn't be who we were, and we didn't want to be, right? Who our oppressor wanted us to be. So I think that's what that whole period of that drunken Indian time, that so-called period of time where the drunken Indian, where that image and that stereotypical thing came. But this is the Indian that saved us. Because this is the Indian that said, I'm not going to, I can't be who I am, and I'm not going to be who you tell me to be. So I'll just be nothing. I'll be something else. I'll just do my time and get through it. I'll erase the pain, and I'll just do what I have to get through it. But I will not become you. And really, I think that, you know, and I think that they're the ones who saved something about us as native people by refusing to submit. This was their rebellion. This was their way. You know, and then later when the activists came along, see, I always felt that they made it possible for us activists later, because if they hadn't taken that route, they would have had to have the white mind or be destroyed from trying to be who they really are. So they protected the identity of who they really were, right, through this mask, wearing this disguise. I'm a human being. You will not recognize me as a human being, as who I truly am. So I will hide that, because I will hide that behind this so that you don't kill me.